Hey folks, it's Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be my video on how to stay safe in a radical world, and this basically came about because one of my friends suggested I do a video on the behead anybody who insults Islam. And I first started out, I had 2 marker boards wrote up of stuff. Boy, I was just going to rip into Islam and this and that. And I sat back and I said, there's got to be some greater wisdom than just criticizing what's been going on. And basically, here's what I come to realize. And it goes back to one of my sayings that I say frequently. A little respect goes a long ways. A little disrespect can get you hurt real bad. So that's... And again, this is all about staying safe. This is not about you being radical and you getting hurt. There's no reason for you to go out fighting some radical and getting your ass killed because somebody else is stupid. You know, every day I walk down the street and there's guys that give me looks, and I think to myself, I feel like kicking your ass. And I know I could probably do it. But I think about it, I said, why do I want to break my hand, get injured, and maybe even take the possibility of getting my ass whipped because that person is stupid? I was like, that's stupid. It's completely stupid. So I'm going to walk around crippled because that person was stupid. I was like, it's just ridiculous. So here's my point. Do not argue with radicals. Say whatever you have to say to get the hell away from them. You don't need to be around them. You don't need to associate with them. Because you think, well, but Billy, they got to be opposed. That's fine. Somebody will oppose them, I guarantee you, because the universe is about growth. And being radical and causing trouble and making people believe whatever you believe or you gotta die, that shit ain't gonna hold water for very long. It'll hold water for a little while, but it will be stomped down eventually, I guarantee you. Notice what happens. Let's switch gears a little bit. If you have a Republican, what do you have to have? A Democrat, which that's the parties we have in America if you're not watching this in the United States. So anytime you have a radical this way, you'll have if there's not a radical over here to oppose it, there will eventually be a radical here to oppose it. There's no use you putting yourself in danger because somebody else is being a fool. And there's a quote in the Bible, which I was actually going to do this the other day, but I think I'll just do it here. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. You don't have to go out. It ain't your business to be conquering, taking on all the world's problems, which I myself have fallen trapped to that. I realize I just need to teach what I need to teach, and it'll eventually take over all these religions, and I don't even have to fight, and I don't have to put myself at risk. I don't have to, drive around in an armored car. I don't have to have a security detail. So there's no use me putting myself at risk because somebody else is stupid. Okay. And like I said before, for every radical, there's another radical to oppose them. So just sit back, watch the show, and let them kill each other in the name of their peaceful saviors. I love that, the way they always want to kill each other in the name of their peaceful saviors. Instead of being peaceful, oh, how dare you insult my egotistical beliefs. Oh, how did you insult my egotistical beliefs. Well, let's just kill each other. And really that's how fights typically take place. If you look on a one person scenario, you've insulted my ego, I'm insulting your ego. I'm not talking necessarily MMA about, just on the street. And it's really like that AC transit fight. It's just one person insults another person's ego, and then bam, it's a fight, Don't get involved in it and just sit back and watch the fight. Like if you watch the AC transit fight again, notice the girl sitting in the blue tights by the black guy that gets in a fight. She is calm and relaxed the whole time. She doesn't get involved. She doesn't get irate. She don't even look like she's even frazzled. She's still just sitting there minding her own damn business, listen to her headset. She ain't even concerned because she ain't insulting them. She ain't worried she's going to get hurt even. So, again, if you seek harmony, this will keep you as safe as possible. When I say harmony, I ain't saying kissing people's ass. I mean, do whatever you got to do to get away from a lunatic, but, eventually if they won't leave you alone, then you got to put the ass beat down on them. You know what I'm saying? You got to open a can of whoop ass. But you save your cans of whoop ass until you really need it. You know what I'm saying? There's no use getting an injury or crippled or killed or whatnot over a little egotistical battle. Just, get over it, move on. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason you getting hurt because others are radicals. Seriously. I promise you somebody else will step up and do it. And that goes, and I promise you this, radicals will not rule the world, because the world is about growth. And what is growth about? Growth is about getting smarter, having better principles to live your life by, and stuff like that. I mean, and if radical was the right way to go, then lions, tigers, bears, those kind of creatures would be taken over. You know what I mean? Hippos and just real confrontational big creatures that can be real radical. It's obvious who's dominant in this world. It's human beings. And why are we dominant? We're dominant because we got bigger brains, we're smarter. But however, we have fallen out of harmony with the essence of life, which that was my last video, the human condition revealed and solved. It's about you getting smarter, not to get involved with radicals. As much as I would love to criticize radicals, and occasionally I do, the radicals I deal with on a day-to-day basis, in the end, it's not really the smart way to go unless you have to do it or you feel compelled to get it off your chest. With that said, I actually do violate that so on quite a few confronts, so I guess I need to get better at practicing what I preach. So anyway, I think that's all I really want to say on it, because like I said, man, it'll get taken care of over time, I promise you. It always does. I mean, look at how it was back, you know, 1,000 years ago with torture and this and that really wasn't in the way of growth, you know what I'm saying? And really what you're seeing too is, you know, we're getting more civilized as a people, even though we are still very screwed up and very still uncivilized as people. But in modern societies, it's not allowed no more. It's not allowed to go to that kind of extremes, and it will not be tolerated. It will be put down. And you're even seeing it now, like Islam and stuff like that, with America going over and just basically just doing whatever they want to the Mideast. And it's like really poking an 800-pound gorilla with a little stick, and you're just a normal little bitty human. You're going to get pounded down. So, you know, Islam can you know, make all these empty threats, or even, you know, enact a few little violence on a few people on a one-on-one basis and put terror in people's, you know. But it eventually will get stomped down by the forces that be, just because, like I said. And this has saved my ass so many times. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. There's been people pissed me off on my journey. In a real spiritual path, you do get a little bit easily insulted because you're getting closer to your ego. That has saved my ass so many times from probably winding up in jail. And so, because on a real spiritual path, you're going to become more like a wild animal until you can control that spirit. So, again, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Do not get involved with radicals. And just, like I say, focus on those 9 principles I've laid out on falling away of growth. You know, it doesn't have any radicals in it. There's no cherished beliefs of, you know, you got to be this way or that way, or, you know, whatever. It's just about stuff that works and helps you grow, and it's minimal, you know, without all the BS in it, and it's the links down. So, till the next video, later, folks.